Yo, what's up, everybody? It's Rod, aka Modest Media, just to kind of give you a little insight about this new format that we're doing.
Soul 8, play with the snow too. God, I'm Alan I don't need rap, I just contact my guy.
No, it is not taking over, our traditional format of doing reviews and conversation in a conversational way. This is just something that, we just wanted to, kind of play around with, add to the show. It gives everybody an opportunity to just really go into detail without any influence or any interruption, and just for me to be able to piece things together in a creative way. Also gives me a chance to, play with lighting stuff, do my producer thing. We're really just gonna do these with track reviews and EP reviews, so some of the shorter projects. So thank you guys for tuning in. Again, this is not taking over our traditional way of doing things. This is just something new that we wanted to bring to you guys. Again, hope you enjoy it. Thank you for supporting. Always follow us on Patreon, donate, whatever you can. Thanks, appreciate it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm just playing. Yeah, no, it's dope, man. It's dope, man. Shout out to 1500 or Nothing and Myke and Keys on the production, man. Like,
this should have been happened. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, the unfortunate, untimely death of Nipsey Hussle didn't allow it to happen while they were both alive. But even with that being said, like, this was a dope ass track. But I feel like it was slightly unfair because Jay was able to talk about shit that just happened, and Nip was talking like an overview of where he's gotten to through his progression.
I thought it was good, actually. I thought they definitely sounded like if Nip was alive, they would have made more records together and more records. Not necessarily like this, but I think it really made me think about what we lost.
Yeah, it was cool. I thought the beat was cool. I think they had good chemistry. I think that Jay-Z's verse is definitely gonna get talked about more than Nipsey's, which is kind of unfair. Because I'm sure if Nipsey was alive, his verse would have been a bit different than what he laid down.
I think I've said this before. It's really weird listening to Nipsey on tracks now with him being gone, especially when he has stuff regarding things as to how he is not here anymore. So when I hear him say certain things, it's just really weird for me. I don't think I'll ever get used to that.
The way Nip opened the track with the only reason I survived is because of nigga special. Now, given what has happened, that line kind of sticks out.
Nip was on that trajectory of, and I've always said it, he's the West Coast Jay. And not because of how he raps, but because of his business mind and, just certain things that he says and how conscious he is about the words he uses. Like when he said, the proceeds of rap that's chilling on my wrist. There's so many ways that he could have said that, but that's the way that he decided to say it. Even like the line about texture.
Then the other one that came right after that was first you get successful, then it gets stressful. Like, for whatever reason, those kind of hit me because, Nip was working and striving towards doing stuff for the community as his profile grew, so did his situation as well.
You know what I'm saying? Like, Nip just used different words, and it was cool, but Jay, god damn.
I can't front, man. Like, Jay's verse was fucking dope, man. Jay's verse was really dope. I think that his flow was nice. I think he sounded better here than he did on that project with Jay Electronica.
Jay was on this clever pro-black shit, which is kind of given. You know what I'm saying? With the title of the track.
Bro, like, how the hell do you start the damn verse talking about scorpion packs before Aubrey's double disc with a 40 on my lap? It sounded like 40, then engineered this. Bruh, like.
Does he have problems with Drake? Scorpion bricks? So is he calling his album a brick?
Jay-Z, man. Benny Siegel has said this for years. He says that you gotta watch out for Jay and his verses. He does not let things go.
That's not nice at all. I thought this, and the thing about this rest of this album is all like talking about black empowerment shit. How you start your shit off just mushing a motherfucker, man. Hit poor Aubrey when he's down. We ain't heard from Drake in years. And you starting off your verse just pushing him down on the playground. That's fucked up, man.
His scheme was the producer 40, which is Drake's producer, if y'all know who that is. He said, Scorpio bricks way before Aubrey's double disc. 40 on my lap. Claps sound like 40 did the mix. If you know 40, he always filter his bass lines in his production. So he said that, like, filter bass line, soft coat like Michelin star chef. Like, I was like, okay, Jay. Yeah, Jay, yeah. I was like, yeah, Jay was on this slick shit.
This nigga Jay is just, he's on another level. You know, he's always been on another level to me, but I enjoyed the fact that he was able to talk about, you know, the socio-political stuff, you know, and Jay sprinkles that a lot here and there, and I think that the message, you know, oftentimes could kind of get misconstrued or be missed completely, but when he addresses shit direct head on like he did here.
There's so much he could do. And I was wondering, like, he had the line about the IRS, and I'm like, okay, is he in trouble with the government? He had the line about Fred Hampton. He had the thing where he said, I'm a chairman, and he mixed that with Jeff Ford. I had to look that up, and Jeff Ford was this guy from Mississippi that created this, I think it's called a Blackstone Group or something like that. So it was a whole little scheme that was really, really dope. And then he was talking about putting shoes up on the table and stuff like that.
White people, don't get mad at me. I'm just repeating what Jay-Z said. When he said you let them crackers storm the Capitol, put their feet up on your desk, yet you talking tough to me, I lost all my little respect. Again, that's not nice. Like, Jay is just being mean. Like, you're a bully. But that shit was dope as fuck, though.
He was really speaking, like, forcefully and with meaning, and talking about how he, you know, he gave up his reputation, like he took a hit with that. And I'm trying to decipher and feel like, what does all of that mean? And I wondered in my head, like, what else could Jay-Z do? Like, you got a seat at the table and all the other stuff, but, you know, when you're talking about you the chairman, like, are you going to be the chairman and Jeff Ford combined?
That Fred Hampton line that he had on Watch the Throne, or that he had on Watch the Throne on a, what was it, Murder to Excellence, which was one of my favorite tracks off that album, when he said, I arrived on the day that Fred Hampton died. He used that line before, but he actually got, not in trouble, but Fred Hampton's son actually said something to Jay about that, about like, no, he got assassinated. So I thought it was really cool that he fixed that on this particular track when he's like, I arrived on the day Fred Hampton, and he paused himself and he said assassinated to explain it much further. I was like, oh, that's crazy. Jay is very intentional with bars, man.
And he also, he did a reference for him about the weed reference to him about the monogram. And then him getting the monogram, how he helped free prisoners of the had marijuana convictions or whatever. So the line he said, "I'm selling weed in the open, bringing folks home from the feds." So I was like, oh, okay, Jay, like, yeah, you did do that, all right.
You know, like, I think sometimes, man, whether black people want to have it or not, Jay represents us in those rooms. You know what I'm saying? Because he is the only person in those rooms right now. But I think that once one is in there, those walls start to come tumbling down, and we'll be able to control a lot more. You know what I'm saying? But man, just a lot of stuff that Jay-Z said, man, was just spot on. You know what I'm saying? Like this was what I wanted.
It's just a longing for more Jay-Z like that is what I walked away with this one. So it sounds like he's really upset about something. Something's going on that got Jay-Z peeved, and I thought that was interesting. So really just thinking about, what does radical Jay-Z sound like? Like, who is that person?
The way he ended his verse was nice. And I wish I can remember the exact line, but he said something like, shit ain't gonna end just because y'all spill blood. We gonna turn up harder after you kill Cuz, something like that. But the way he used blood and Cuz, you know, Cuz going with Crips, Bloods and Crips, Jay really, I mean, he really put some work into this fucking verse, man.
He had that line where he's like, real niggas is extinct, and how, you know, killing niggas in their own hood. And I thought that was interesting, being that, you know, Nip, you know, died in his own hood. Fred Hampton, you know, got shot down in his own place, you know, like, so I thought it was interesting. Like I said again, I think Jay was very intentional with these bars. Oh, when he had a line too where he was just like, I'm selling weed all in the open, because he has he actually sells marijuana legally now, which is ironic, you know what I'm saying? And I think right after that, he says something like, you know, he's sure that people are mad about that. So, you know, he's going to have to watch his back the same way, you know, of a Fred Hampton or anyone else. You know, they don't like what he's doing in this space that he's in. Like, he's really using his influence right now and really using his knowledge to his advantage, man. And I just really like the way he put this all in throughout this verse.
And that's why I feel bad. I mean, rest in peace, bless the dead, all that. I feel bad for Nip a little bit because I feel like people are really gonna focus on Jay's verse more than Nipsey's. And Nipsey had that line about pipes and diamonds, you know, the pressure bursting was a nice line, but it's just like Jay packed his verse with things to walk away and talk about.
And even from the production, if you took Jay off of it, this sounds like a Nip track. You take Nip off of it, it sounds like a Jay track. So I just think it was the perfect combination for the time. But if they both was alive, I think I would expect a little bit more from Nip.
Tracks like this, man, what Dre does, man, it just further helps me understand people's gripes with him, like on the Magna Carta, Holy Grails and all that, because even though he had stuff in those, like lines and stuff in those albums, he wasn't as intentional as he is here. And I think it'll be interesting. I think Ken said this, to see what he does with, you know, his position and where he is and his mindset. Is clearly different from where it's been before. And I think I've said this before too, where the evolution of Jay-Z, like you could just tell, like he's evolving as a person, as a rapper. He's not that same dope boy that he once was. He's a businessman that knows all of these ins and outs of the business. And now you hear that in his music. And I think it's really, really dope to get someone like that's perspective, because it's not many people in his position.
But yeah, it was dope, man. I like it.
Yeah, man, really, really good track. Definitely one that's in the rotation, and I definitely enjoyed it.
I hope Jay continues to rap like this and just share his insight and his knowledge in the game. So yeah, man, this was a really, really, really good track.
Yeah, man, it was a cool track.